Hey, being a DIY guy, keeping your fleet operational and running without fault lights, check engine lights, running problems, ABS, airbag problems can be a hassle. I have some basic code readers which will do emissions, but what if you got an airbag light? What if you have an ABS light? What if you have a traction control or something along those lines? I wanted a scan tool to do just a little bit more. I think I found one, and we're going to do some demonstration here on that there, and I'm actually certain of it's so good, it'll probably even work on this classic right here behind me. And the tool we're going to be sampling here is the Launch brand 123i. I'll put a link in the video description in case you want to get your own just the same, but it's supposed to do everything and then some kind of thing. Scan tools like this used to be pretty spendy. I think 150 bucks now, 140 bucks. You can pick up one of these, and they actually got some promotionals on Amazon. Sometimes get them a little less expensive. I know there's hundreds of options for these things out here, so I'll give this thing a go. As long as I like it and you do, and you want to get one, that's how you can get you one. But let's get started here, plug it in my old Silverado first, see what we got. I got to pull it out of the box. Got some daggum directions in multiple languages. Here's our plug-ins to the OBD2 port here underneath the dash. Yeah, little cap, okay. And then it looks like serial port. Talk about old. You got to screw that thing there in the top of this scan tool. So I get that mounted up. We'll plug it into the truck here and see how this thing goes. Let's get started. I'm going to turn the key on here, show what's going on. Here's our check engine light. My truck doesn't currently have any active codes in it or faults. So I'm probably not going to find any fault codes, but I want to see how easy this thing is to operate. But nonetheless, all your vehicles should have a diagnostic port underneath the dash here somewhere. They all look just like this. It's an OBD2 port. Plug this thing in, probably turn the power button on and get things rolling. Power button, never mind, don't hit the power button. Comes on automatically, it's ready to go ahead and start playing. Hey, look at this, automatically searching the VIN. I remember one time you had to manually enter all the VIN information into these things, but it doesn't appear to be that way anymore. Yep, 2016 GMC Silverado. Now my goal is to see how easy this thing is to set up. So far, it's so excited, ready to go. I didn't even have to turn it on. Automatically pops up. Okay, now look, these are probably all the ECMs that are in this vehicle. Way too many. That's why something like this is going to be helpful. It's going to help you dig around in here and figure what's going on. I saw a fault code. Even though I have nothing on my display, I saw a fault code that says in the brake module. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, look at this. I have a code in here, and it says that sounds important. Module communication chassis expansion CAN bus off. Yeah, okay, great. Well, I have no fault lights in here right now, so don't know what that's all about, but that's kind of interesting. I have a fault code and I didn't even know I did. Hit the home button here. After fiddling with it here for just a little bit, you can pick which module you want to mess with. You can easily use a touchscreen function, which is pretty cool. Or you can use the keypad. Now it's going to ask me if I have I know it's an 8-speed, but I have to look at the RPO codes for which one, so we're just going to guess it's that one. But I should be able to then go into here and read fault codes, and even looks like you can read live data. Say if you had like a misfire problem, I bet you, yeah, misfire data. It's loading here. Okay, now you can select all the PIDs of what you want to look at. So if I want to watch misfire on, say I have a cylinder 1, misfire, current, history, or past, this thing is actually pretty awesome. So unfortunately, I don't have any active fault codes to diagnose it, but super user-friendly. So I'm going to jump into my other car there and see how it works on it. Car number 2 is my old car right here. Now we'll get inside, get you a little up to speed. Now this car is configured a little differently. The GEN light there, that is now my check engine light. No longer does it have a generator light. And I assure you, it is stuck on. That is telling me that I have a fault code. So we should be able to tie into this just the same, because I have a OBD2 port right there up under the dash. So we're going to do the same thing I did in the truck. Plug it in. See what this thing does. Automatically comes on. I'll tell you, this thing is just user-friendly. It's going to try to scan the VIN, but you're going to see something kind of funny here in just a second when it pops up. So this is a 1969 Firebird. And those who know, 1969 Firebird doesn't have diagnostic ports. Factory. Doo-dee-doo. Oh, it's thinking hard. This may be a good one here. Oh, nope. Well, how about that? It says this is a 2002 Silverado. Does this look like a 2002 Silverado? Nope. But the engine ECM and the engine R And transmission technically is 2002 Silverado. So I can't change that. That's what it is. So now we'll see what code is popping up in here. I'm suspecting it's only going to show one ECM. Throttle type. Well, now we have drive-by-wire or an actual throttle cable. And now we're going to call this one without. Battery's a little low. Look at it, it's 11.5. So this thing actually covers a lot of information. It's actually a lot smarter than I would have thought it would have been. This thing goes pretty in-depth. So far, I really like it. Now, as long as this thing will read the codes or read the data out of this car, or I guess we'll call it truck, we'll be set. Ooh, I have 2 fault codes. It's looking for the airbag module. Good luck with that. I don't have that no more. So, yep, saying anti-lock brakes. Nope, don't have that anymore either. So let's just hit the home button here. Now we go here. I bet you it's going to do this. So let's do... it won't let me enter it. I just got to be patient. I was looking for all this stuff I think the truck used to have equipped on it, but it's all been removed. So it's still looking for it because this thing doesn't know people do LS swaps. So it's doing, I guess you say, the best that it can. So we'll do... Okay, look at this. Knock sensor low frequency. I've had this code in this car for a while. Anybody who knows about the earlier knock sensors and faults, well, this is what I've been contending with. I've tried different multiple knock sensors with no prevail, but this is not a surprise. So, okay, now after messing around here for a little bit, I want to go here. Yep. This is the only ECM this car has is the engine ECM, which does powertrain. So it's going to be engine and transmission. We can go into it. Now I should have a way to clear fault codes. So I'm going to hit that button and see if that light will go out there. Get the thing to focus here. So nonetheless, we'll call this hit that button. Are you sure? Nope, I just hit it for fun. Look at that. Okay, and it says diagnostic codes are clear. Now I didn't fix the car. I'm just showing you how easy it is to reset the codes. I still will have my knock sensor fault, but it still looks better in the dash for now. Okay, now from this screen, I can still do the same thing. If I want to check out live data, this is not just a code reader by any stretch of the imagination. This is actually has some value. Engine or transmission data, I can go down to that. Same thing, misfire, engine data 1, data 2, fuel levels. It should give you like, yeah, all kinds. You can select, like I said, you don't have to look at all the information. If you got a problem with your idling or engine, let's say any of the particular systems, you can isolate like O2 sensors. Are they slow to respond? Oh, go ahead and highlight them all. This car will no longer have a sensor 2 because it doesn't have catalytic converters or post-cat sensors anymore because, well, it's been deleted because it don't need it in a 1969. But if I still wanted to try to look at it, I could. Let's just go ahead and look at them. It's probably going to show no data or flatline. I really don't know what's going to show up. I never actually messed with the scan tool on this car yet. So I'm not going to say this is not a code reader. This is more of a scan tool that gives you good information. All right. Yeah, look at this. So your secondary O2 sensor, they programmed a flat line of value. So it doesn't say NA, but look, see it's not changing 442.71. That keeps the computer happy in a certain range because there are no sensors back there to be reading. So I see it fluctuate a little bit. But you see the ones before, they're bouncing all over the place going rich, lean, rich, lean, rich, lean. That's normal. So again, this is a super helpful tool for if you need more information besides just a code reader. All right, well, to sum it up, ease of operation on a 10-point scale. It's as simple as plugging it in. It does its own thing. You answer a few questions. It has to be close to 9, maybe 10. It'd be kind of cool if it could auto-detect everything, but that may not even be possible. I think even a Tech 2 scanner or whatever you're using in the dealerships, you still have to answer a few questions. So I consider that reasonable. Value, a little over $100 on a 10-point scale. It's for me, compared to what I used to talk about, like Snap-on scan tools and the Solus and all the fancy ones, those are $7,000 or $8,000. This is $140. 7 or 8 on that scale. I think it's definitely got some value because it has a lot of powerful information for a DIY guy. It's enough to get your information you need and maybe solve some problems and save a few dollars. So it might pay for itself the first time you use it, kind of thing. So overall, love it, happy. I'm going to continue to use it here, and if I find anything else new and playing around with it, I'll definitely share it with you. But it has a lot more. This is, like, again, I was saying, not a code reader. This is a scan tool that gives you a lot more information. And actually, my neighbor who bought the crap LAUNCH has an airbag light on. I want to find out what that code is. So when he gets home, probably gonna go try it out, because it will also do airbag. I'll tell you, I fought that code in that truck for 3 years. Didn't have a way to scan it. Now I do, or I don't have the truck anymore, but I still want to know what was wrong with it. So anyway, appreciate you following me. I'm playing cars here in the little Vinyl Village garage. Plenty more stuff heading your way. You want to see builds like the Transparent Rod or doctoring up your daily driver? That's what happens. That's what we do here. So don't forget to hit subscribe. If you want one of these, check out the video link for how to get you one for yourself. And of course, appreciate you following us, and we'll catch you all next time.